back to another video. My name is Charlotta if you're new here, and in this video, as the title says, I'm gonna give you a review of Snazaroo, and I'm gonna show you as well how to use it while I paint a sugar skull Halloween makeup. Now, I've been doing face painting for kids at birthday parties, Halloween parties and whatnot, even Christmas parties. And I've tried a few different brands. I've also done face painting for adults, for clients when they're going out for Halloween parties. So I've tested a few different brands and I've come to the conclusion that these are by far the best ones to use for face paint. Why I say that is, if you've seen the video that I made years ago here on YouTube, I used, now this is a little bit smudged because I've let the kids play with it, but I'll show you so you know. This is the cheap brand from just the grocery shop. You probably recognize these. They are like £1 or something. They're very cheap, but they don't work that well because they are very oily. So when you paint something on the skin, if you touch it afterwards, it won't dry. So it's gonna get smudged really easily and quickly. So don't waste your time, efforts and money on this kind of brands. They don't work. You can put it straight in the bin. But the reason why I say that this brand works so well is because when it dries, so you put a little bit of water and you blend it out just like watercolors, water paints. You use it the same way. You blend it out with water and then you paint whatever you want to paint. And when the paint dries, it's really smooth on your skin, but it doesn't smudge. It's like dried on your skin. So that is why this one is definitely worth trying. Now what you need to use this is obviously brushes. These ones are from the same brand. I'll put a link to all of these below as well if you want to see them. You see, these are like one round, one flat and one small for details. And then you need a sponge. I use 2 sponges, one for white, one for black. You dip this in water and then you dab on top of the white and then you put it on your face. I'm using a primer. You can use any type of primer. It doesn't have to be this brand. I use this because it just makes your skin more smooth. It evens out everything and it just gives you a more smooth surface to paint on. So that's what I use, a primer. And just normal mascara, bit of eyeliner. If you want to use gems, if you saw on the one that I made for my client, we used a lot of gems on her paints, and these ones are just from Amazon. And to apply them, you can either use glue that you use for fake lashes. They stay on best with this type of glue, so eyelash glue. There's also this kind of face glue, and this is more like gel, and that works better if you're using glitter. All of these things you can use to create your face paint. I also got a spider here. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use it. It's quite big, but these are the things that I'm using, and I am now gonna show you how to do this. Now the first thing you want to do is get your hair out of the way. Also, I want to mention that these ones last a very long time. I had these for years, actually, for I think 2 or 3 years now, and I didn't finish. I'm nowhere near finishing any of them. So they last a long time and they don't go bad over the years because it's like water paint. So now I'm dipping the sponge in the water and then I'm dabbing on here. So you get some of the white paint on your sponge like this. You can test out how much water you need. You don't need that much water for it to come off. And this also depends on how transparent you want it to be. If you want it to be really thick, you obviously put less water. And then you start dabbing it on your face. See, it's quite thick. And if you want it to be completely white, you can add a second layer. So this dries fairly quickly. So that's how you go from pale skin to even paler. So step number 1 is to cover your skin. Just like a face mask, cover the skin with white. So now I'm taking the black one and I'm dipping the round brush in the water. And then I'm going around just like water paint, watercolor. Go around, and now I'm gonna make a black circle around my eyes. And I do this just above the eyebrows. Next step is to add a little bit of gray shades and white inside there. So I'm mixing a little bit of white and black to make a gray shade. Add a bit darker towards the eye and the other. And white towards the corner of your eye. So see, now that it's dried, I can touch it and it doesn't come off. Okay, for the nose, I'm gonna use this smaller brush, dip it in the water. You can obviously leave it like this if you want. And I'm gonna add a little bit of orange to this as well. So I'm blending it in with a little bit of water. And then I'm gonna make some small dots around the eye.